Everyone told you that you think too much. Your teachers, your parents, your friends, they all said the same thing. Stop overthinking, just do it, keep it simple. But here's what nobody ever told you. The very thing you were told to fix is actually your greatest hidden power. Overthinkers don't have a problem. They have a gift they were never taught how to use. Science has studied the minds of the most successful, creative, and emotionally intelligent people on Earth, and one pattern shows up again and again. They all think too much. Today, I'm going to show you something that will completely change how you see yourself. We are going to break down exactly why overthinkers are not broken, they are advanced. And if you've ever been told you think too much, this video is for you. Because by the end of it, you will never apologize for your mind again. Let's begin. First, let's understand what's actually happening inside an overthinker's brain. Research from Harvard Medical School found that people who overthink show higher activity in the default mode network. This is the same network that lights up in writers, philosophers, and innovators. When the average person sees a problem, they see one path. When an overthinker sees the same problem, they see 10 paths, 7 risks, and 3 hidden opportunities. That is not a flaw, that is pattern recognition at a level most brains simply don't operate at. Think about the greatest minds in history. Leonardo da Vinci spent 3 years staring at the Mona Lisa, changing tiny details no one else could even see. Nikola Tesla said he could simulate entire machines in his mind before building them. Einstein described himself as someone who couldn't stop following a single thought until it had been completely exhausted. They were all overthinkers, and every one of them was told at some point that their thinking was a problem, but history proved them wrong. So why does overthinking feel like suffering? Because you have been running a high-performance engine on regular fuel. Your mind was built for depth, but the world keeps asking you to stay shallow, and that mismatch, that is the real source of your pain, not your thinking itself. Here's something they don't tell you about overthinkers. You don't just think more, you feel more. Research in psychology shows a direct link between high cognitive complexity and emotional intelligence. This means overthinkers tend to experience emotions more intensely than average. When you're happy, you're deeply happy. When you're hurt, you're deeply hurt. When you love someone, you love them with your entire mind and soul. This is not weakness. This is the price of operating at a higher frequency. But there's a dark side that nobody prepares you for. When an overthinker has no clear direction, that same powerful mind turns inward and it starts analyzing itself over and over. You begin to question your decisions before you make them. You replay conversations you had 3 years ago. You build entire scenarios in your head that never actually happen. This is the loop, the spiral that makes overthinking feel like a prison. But here's the crucial thing you need to understand. The loop is not caused by your intelligence. The loop is caused by your intelligence having no target. A river without banks becomes a flood. A mind without direction becomes chaos. But give that river a channel and it becomes an unstoppable force. Give that mind a clear mission and it becomes your most powerful weapon. The goal is not to think less. The goal is to think right. Now let me show you the 7 signs that your overthinking is actually a mark of extraordinary intelligence. Sign number 1. You can't stop seeing problems that don't exist yet. You walk into a room and immediately notice what could go wrong. You read between the lines in every conversation. You plan for outcomes that other people never even consider. This is called proactive cognition, and it's a trait shared by top strategists, military leaders, and elite athletes. Sign number 2, you apologize constantly even when you did nothing wrong. This sounds like a weakness, but it's actually a sign of extremely high social intelligence. Overthinkers are hyper aware of how their words and actions affect others. That kind of empathic awareness is what makes the greatest leaders and communicators in the world. Sign number 3, you can never fully relax. Even on vacation, part of your brain is still working, still processing, still analyzing. This is not anxiety disorder. This is a brain that refuses to stop growing. Sign number 4, you find it almost impossible to make decisions. But here's why. Your brain automatically runs every possible scenario before committing. Most people make decisions with 30% of the available information. You want 90%. That is not hesitation, that is precision. Sign number 5. You are your own harshest critic. You see your own flaws more clearly than anyone else does, and this relentless self-analysis is painful, but it is also the engine of growth. The people who became great were never satisfied with good enough. Sign number 6. You feel deeply misunderstood, even by people close to you. This is because you're operating on a different level of depth. Most conversations feel surface level to you. You crave real, meaningful, deep connection, and when you can't find it, you retreat into your own mind, which only makes the thinking louder. Sign number 7. You have an almost obsessive need to understand why. You can't accept that's just how it is. You need the logic, the reason, the deeper mechanism behind everything. This is called epistemic curiosity, one of the strongest predictors of intelligence ever measured. Studies show that people with high epistemic curiosity not only learn faster, they also solve harder problems than their peers. If you saw yourself in even 3 of these signs, your brain is not your enemy. Your brain is your most underused asset. The only question is, are you ready to use it correctly? So how do you transform overthinking into power? Step 1. Stop fighting the thoughts. Every time you try to force your mind to stop thinking, you give it more energy. It's like adding fuel to a fire by trying to extinguish it with more fire. Instead, let the thoughts flow, but observe them from a distance. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. Step 2. Give your mind a problem worth solving. Your brain is a high-performance engine. It needs a destination. Without a goal, it creates its own problems to think about. With a clear goal, it becomes a missile locked onto a target. Step 3. Write your thoughts down. The moment a thought leaves your mind and touches paper, it loses 70% of its power over you. Journaling is not a soft habit. It is a cognitive tool used by the most high-performing minds on the planet. Step 4. Use your sensitivity as data, not as identity. When you feel deeply, ask, what is this feeling telling me about my environment, my values, my needs? Emotions are signals, not sentences. Step 5. Protect your mental environment ruthlessly. The overthinker's mind absorbs everything, good and bad, like a sponge. Toxic environments, negative people, and endless noise are not just annoying for you, they are genuinely damaging. Choose your inputs like your life depends on it, because for a mind like yours, it does. Now let me tell you something that took the greatest minds decades to understand. The overthinker who learns to direct their mind becomes the most unstoppable version of a human being that exists. Not because they think more, but because they finally stopped apologizing for how they think. History is not made by people who think less. It is made by people who learned to channel their thinking into something that mattered. You were born with the raw material of greatness. The only thing standing between you and that greatness is understanding. Understanding that your mind was never the problem. The problem was always the instruction manual you were given. You were given the wrong map for the territory you actually live in. But now you have a new map. And every overthinker who finally understands themselves goes through the same transformation. They stop running from their mind and they start running with it. That is when everything changes. So here is your challenge starting today. Write down one area of your life where your overthinking has actually protected you or helped you succeed. Most people never do this. Most people never look back and credit their mind. But you are not most people. You never were. The world told you to be simpler, to quiet down, to fit in, but the world also built its greatest achievements on the backs of exactly people like you. Every problem that was ever solved needed someone willing to think about it long enough. That person was always the overthinker in the room. Your mind is not a burden, it is your wings. You just needed to learn how to fly. If this video opens something inside you, share it with one person who also thinks too much. Because overthinkers, when they find each other, they change the world.